In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your headlight assembly on your Mercedes-Benz C300. It's located on the front of the car. We're going to remove this cover first. You're just going to pull up on it and set it aside. And now we're going to remove these two airflow tubes. Ours are not correct. Yours should just unhook from here. And right here is another tab where you'd push in and pull this off. Do that for the other side as well. Again, ours is broken. We're going to remove our lines out of these plastic brackets to begin. There's one on this side as well. Ours is broken, so we're just going to move that over there. Remove this fastener in the middle here. Ours is missing. We'll have to replace that when we reinstall. And then we're going to go to the side brackets and take those out. Right here on both sides, there's a plastic bracket where you just took the cable out of. There's a tab if you feel underneath. Push it back towards you. And then you're going to pull forward with the plastic and up. And that's going to unhook it from this little square metal bracket. Do the same on the other side. We're going to unhook it from this middle bracket here too. To do that, you're going to pick up on it and push down, and then it will release. Do the same on the other side. It's broken on ours. Now you have an option. You can either take this bolt out, which I find easier, or you can unhook your grill from this plastic piece. Problem with that is it's old and plastic with age doesn't really mix. So I'm going to take out my bolt. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to take out this bolt. There's one on the other side as well. We're going to remove our engine splash shield. I'm using an 8mm socket to do that. This is not original bolts. Use what you have. Should be one more on the other side. Before removing your bumper cover, you do want to take out your fog lights. To do that, you're going to turn the bulb and pull it out. Just be careful of the bulb itself and let that hang. Also, there's a fastener here that's missing on our car. Looks like our car's been in a pretty good accident. Now we're going to go to our fender liner and remove the fasteners that are along the edge. Let's remove these 3 grommets. I'm using a trim tool. Pull this away. I'm going to run my trim tool up and get it past that lip. Once we're there, you can either bungee cord this over the wheel, or you can take it out completely. Remove your bulb from this right here. We're going to take out these 2 bolts here. There's 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. We're going to use a 10mm socket for that. Do the same on the other side. And then you're also going to have a fastener underneath. Ours is broken, so we're going to show you on the other side. So now we're on the right side of the bumper where our support is still intact. We're going to undo this fastener. I don't believe this is stock, but whatever you have there, remove. I'm going to use an 8mm and remove this. Once you get all your fasteners undone, you're going to start pulling the bumper off by just pulling it forward. Once you unhook the two sides, you're going to pull the bumper off. Now we're going to remove our headlight assembly. We're going to use an 8mm socket, and we're going to take out a bolt here, one on the other side, and then this adjuster on the top. Same size. Using an 8mm socket, we're going to go underneath this adjuster, and there's a bolt. You're going to take out that bolt, and this whole adjuster with headlight assembly will come out. Remove the bolt. Remove your headlight assembly. And underneath there's a connector. You're going to push in on this tab and remove the plug. Now you can remove the assembly. Make sure you remove any film that is protecting the headlight from shipping, and put your cap on here. You just screw it on from the old headlight. And now we're ready to install. I'm going to start by plugging it in. Make sure the tab's down. Make sure you hear that click. And let's install. Place your assembly in its spot. And I'm going to get this bolt started first into the adjuster, and then I'm going to put the other two in. We're not going to adjust the headlight till after, though. Make sure your other holes line up, and you can tighten that a little bit. Just make it snug, and now we're going to put the other bolts in. Our car had a flat washer underneath, so I'm going to keep that there. I replaced my bolt, and I'm going to screw it in. Just wrist tight, and now we're going to move on to the other bolt. Hand tighten this at first, and then tighten it down. Once it's snug, you're going to back it off a little bit and back off the other one as well so that we can adjust the headlight. Once you have everything assembled, your bumper's back on, and you're ready to aim your headlights, you're going to use this Torx bit, T45, right here, and you're going to shorten it or lengthen it, and that's going to adjust your headlights accordingly. You're going to line up these two holes that are on top. If your grill pops out, just put it back in. Again, our bumper's broken, so it's a little tougher to get it in there. You're gonna go to one side and line it up. Let's put our bolts in. I have the bumper lined up with the grill. We're going to use these bolts and put them in on each corner. So one here and one on the other side. Do the same on the other side. Pull your bumper away a little bit and insert your bulbs where they belong. This one's for the hazards or the blinker lights. Twist it into place. And you're going to want to put your fog light back in if you have them. And that's through here. Insert your fog light. You're going to be lining up the tabs and turning it into the socket. So you got to push it in far enough so it gets past that O-ring and then twist it. Lock it in place. Now you can put your fender liner into where it lives and just get it up. We're going to be attaching these bolts up here once the engine splash shield is in place. So now we're going to slide this bumper into this grommet. I'm going to push it in from the other side. Once you're locked in over here, do the same on the other side. Put your bulbs in on the other side, and once you're done with that, you're going to line up your bolt up here. There's two little plastic pieces that fit into a groove, and then you can get your bolt started. I'm going to stop mine by hand. Ours is a little wonky because of the accident it was in. Yours should line right up. Once you get your two bolts started, you can tighten them down. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's put our fender liner back in. I'm going to use a trim tool. Just get it on the inside lip. Make sure this part is fed in and under or above the bumper. Now we can put our push pins in, fasten it with the push pins. Now do the same on the other side. To install your engine splash shield, you're going to put your flap inside the bumper. Position it into place and make sure you have this lined up with this. Once you're there, you're going to install one bolt, hold it in place, and then install the rest. Now you can do your two side bolts, one on this side and one on the other. And now you're going to put those two in on the other side as well. Let's put this piece back. To do that, you're going to slide it into the two notches on the grill. It should pop in. There you go. One side and the other. Once it's in the two notches, you're going to put your bolt in. Ours only had one bolt. We're not sure what was in the other side. I'm just going to use a push pin to secure it after I tighten this up. And that'll just lock it in place. Now we'll put our plastic shield on. I'm going to line it up with this hole. Our vehicle is missing several pieces and parts. There should be plastic pieces here that you need to attach. We don't have those. Now we're going to put our plastic push pin in here. And we can put all our engine cover back on. And if you have your plastic shields here to go over the headlights, do that as well. We're going to attach our cable into our holder. There's a spot here and one on the other side. And also in the middle. This is broken for us. Attach our cable here as well. This hose goes right in here. And this should be attached to this. Now you can put your engine cover on and whatever else there is covering the headlights. Now we're going to install our airflow tubes. Notice where the curve is and line it up accordingly. And then push it onto here. Yours should line up, ours doesn't. Do the same on the other side. Make sure you put your tube back on. Slide it on. And now we can put our last cover on. There should be 2 clips here. We only have 1. And there should be 2 grommets that fit into these 2 spaces. Line things up. You're going to see 2 slits here that fit into that groove. Like that. Should snap into place. And you're good to go.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.